Good evening, ladies, as well as gentlemen. If you're just joining us, in the last video, I made a deck, thought it was bad, won 3 games, started thinking it was good, promptly lost 2 games in a tragic fashion. Shame boatloads of shame is how I'm feeling right now. So let's just wrap up this run in the next game or two, I'm sure, and see if we can get it right the time after that. Oh, my poor average just keeps on dropping. You know, it really is just the same way it was with Nex, where at first I was awesome and then I just started losing. As I guess the free players and the people just trying out Arena with a new expansion sort of dropped off. Definitely experienced a notable drop in my performance. Mage is my last good class that hasn't had any terrible runs. Yeah, every other class has had at least a few stinkers, so that sucks. Okay, well anyway, Shadox the Paladin, again, Paladin motherfucker. Let's just keep the 3-drop as always. This isn't the greatest thing to play on turn 3, but it's better than doing nothing, which might be the alternative. And okay, we actually end up mulliganing into a pretty nice hand versus Paladins, including the ideal Amani Berserker, who might even sometimes stop a Paladin from making his hero ability on turn 2. Definitely going to drop that guy out there. Hello? Yeah, can I play cards? That's awesome. I love it when I get to play cards. That's one of my favorite things to do in Hearthstone. Play cards. So in a couple of videos I've actually had a bug come up where things get stuck and then I can't do anything. I was told by a friendly poster that what you should do in such cases is actually just log out as quickly as you humanly can, and then that can sometimes allow you to log back in before you die. Because what's happening is, according to the poster, that your opponent can still play things and do stuff. You just don't see it because you've been desynced from the server. So perhaps if you log out and back in, you can get back in quickly enough to get by. Alright, he's got a Mech Warper, and he also plays his own Annoyatron, so well played, dude. This is actually really, really bad. I'd love to play Screw Jank Clunker, but some mana off. Do I pop the shields here? Oh, I think I have to, even though it sucks, because now the Mech Warper can kill off my guy. But the thing is that the Mech Warper could have killed this off anyway. He could have just popped shields on his own turn, but things might have gotten worse if he had like put Blessing of Kings on this, let's say, and I don't know. It's hard to say. But anyway, that's what I did. So now if the Golem lives, which I don't see why it wouldn't, it should actually become a 4/5 like a Chillwind Yeti that costs 3 mana, and then it will have to run into this Annoyatron at first to kill it, which sucks. But this is just not going well because he had this nice Mech Warper Annoyatron play, and he looks like he does actually have Blessing of Kings, which is just so terrible. Am I gonna get to kill that thing? I'm actually gonna get to kill that thing. So Screwjank Clunker being a little bit of an MVP here. Yup, and that'll give it just enough juice to kill it. I mean, a Dark Iron Dwarf would have done the same thing and been a 4/4 instead of a 2/5, but this is a permanent buff, so it could have, you know, more lasting impact on the game in other circumstances. I don't know, it's fine. So now we're ready to kill this off. Hopefully there's no more Blessings of Kings. Totally equal on cards. Going into the end game, of course. So it's just gonna suck. I just hate so much playing the long game against Paladins when I'm a warrior. It's just so painful. A priest can at least, like, you can heal up your stuff after fighting off his recruits. But against a Paladin, it's like you just keep having to waste your minion's attack and take a damage just to kill recruits off. Alright, so I turn an Ogre into a chicken, which is a little bit unfortunate. But on the other hand, you know, I can play this guy next turn, and then I can play this guy the turn after that. Who knows, maybe if he just doesn't have anything good to play, he will die. Consecration. That is the opposite of not having anything good to play. I'm extremely disappointed by this turn of events. Alright, Loot Hoarder is fine. It'll die to my chicken. Is it worth it to play the Frost Elemental here? Or should I play the Fire War Axe and these two dudes? You know, I'm going to go for the Axe because, strange as it seems, you just need to put yourself in a position where you can, like, get rid of his recruits without sacrificing too much. And that Warbot is actually a pretty good recruit killer. Can kill off 3 of the damn things, and then maybe even trade up into something else with its mighty engage or enrage +1 attack. So the idea is, hopefully he plays like a big drop. If he plays a 4-drop and a 3-drop here, I could easily lose the game. But if he plays anything really big, I can just freeze it, ignore it, and then play the assassin the following turn, and then hopefully run away with things. Illuminator. All right. Well, is that worth killing with the Fire War Axe and the chicken? Let's see. Hang on. If I do kill that with the Fire War Axe and Chicken, I can just play the Assassin. So I'm gonna do this. This seems fine. The problem with the Assassin play, of course, is that it leaves me without a way to kill a recruit. But I do still have a Whirlwind in this deck. So I feel like it was worth it to get this big guy down. Hopefully kill whatever he plays. Hopefully deal some damage to his face for once. I am actually behind on cards. He's got 5 to my 3. But I do have some card draw here. This guy is good to see because I can actually kill this thing and live, which is nice. This guy will then have to finish off my Ravenhold Assassin. And he has a couple of stealths. Okay. No recruits at least this turn, thank God. Alright, so yeah, we'll just kill this off and then play some pretty tanky stuff. Get it? Tanky because this is a spider tank. Okay, so now I have a pretty nice board lead because he had a couple of junky cards in the endgame, which is good. But the problem is that he's going to start making these recruits and it's going to be a pain in the ass. He's actually going to get a lot of stuff. Man, I really need... Okay, wow, he's just going to throw a lot of crap out here. I might actually have a chance of winning this just because all of his stuff is so crappy. But it's going to be a little bit of a nuisance here to get rid of all this stuff. If I don't get Whirlwind. Whirlwind would be nice. It would kill off the Imp, the Recruit, pop the Shield. Of course, it would damage my own stuff. Maybe it wouldn't be that good. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I didn't get it. So we're going to play this. I'm going to leave that thing alone, I think. Play the Loot Hoarder. Doesn't let me armor up, but that's fine. So let's see. The most important thing to kill is that. And then the second most important thing is one of the 2/3s. And then we're going to pass the turn. Alright, so now we're getting to that critical stage of the game where he can start making recruits every turn, and I keep having to kill the recruits. But I do have a Whirlwind in here, which can help me out. He has a pretty big dude, which will kill off any of my things, which is kind of annoying. But I think I can just leave it to trade with my 5/5, and I should be okay. Although then he's got this shield bot, which comes back. Oh my god, it's just so frustrating. Like, I have the better deck. I pretty much beat him in all essence. It's just that because he keeps getting these recruits and I keep getting nothing, I have to work way harder than he does to get anywhere. Alright, so we have a Gnomish Mentor, which is nice. Always draw cards first. Whirlwind. Alright, there it is. Is it worth playing right now? Well, it kills a recruit, pops shield, kills that, and then I can kill this off. I think it's actually worth playing now. So if I lose the game, it's because I misjudged that and made the wrong choice. But I really think that was the time to play Whirlwind, because now I actually have a surplus of creatures, which means I can like designate, say, this guy to killing off recruits, and then my other creatures can actually start trading with his real stuff. Okay, he's a True Silver Champion, which is really annoying because that will, of course, give him some advantage. He can now use the Elemental plus the True Silver to kill Fen Creeper. I have to throw something at this Elemental to kill it, and then I have to kill the Recruit. He didn't kill the Fen Creeper. That was a pretty shocking error. I am pretty baffled as to why he didn't do that, but it doesn't matter. So I actually have this Enraged Spiteful Smith, so this is a 4/2. Can I kill him? 9 plus 4 is 13, 15, 18. No, I can't kill him because I've dealt no damage to him this game. Well, what we'll do is we'll take some damage to the face. Again, I armor up before attacking. I don't know like what has happened to me that I keep making that mistake, but it hasn't mattered yet, so it's okay. We now have a surplus of creatures. Unless he gets a Consecration here, which is possible, I suppose. He's totally screwed. Consecration or Avenging Wrath, I guess, technically, if we're including epics in the list of possible cards. Or Deathwing, I guess, would win him the game as well. So he does what he should have done last turn, which is a problem, because he should have now been killing a new creature. He should have now been killing this 5/4. So this 5/4 should already be dead, but instead it's not dead, which is a pretty big difference. Alright, so let's think here. 5, 9, 13, or 11, 14, and I can throw this out there. Yeah, this is lethal. Let's see if it still would have been lethal. It would have still been lethal even if he had... Oh, no, it wouldn't have been lethal. If he had killed this... No, it would have been lethal because he would have taken 3 net damage from killing this. So yes, even if he had killed that, as he should have, it would have still been lethal. But we win the game. Holy gods. Okay, that's great. That is just delightful. So we make it to 4, which is at least respectable. It's above average. Yada, yada, yada. So let's see if I can do one more. 5, I guess, is the new 6, is how my life is turning out. So if I can make it to 5, I'll be delighted. And again, this win was actually a pretty solid one. I mean, yes, he was a paladin, but apart from him being a paladin, he pretty much had nothing going for him there. He had a quick start, really quick with the mech warper. He had true silver and 2 hammers and a consecration, and he still didn't beat me just because my deck was better. The only thing keeping him in it was the recruits, and it wasn't enough. Okay, we're up against a mage, which honestly I'd rather play as a mage, or against a mage as a warrior, than against a paladin. Because, yeah, she can ping off your creatures, but at least if you get a big thing to stick, it's not wasting every single turn running into a stupid recruit. Okay, pretty easy mulligan choice here. Obviously, it's not great to play one of these on turn 3, but it's better than mulliganing it and having it get replaced by something junky that won't even apply. Okay, so hopefully she'll pass the turn here. But then again, isn't that always the hope? Oh my god, that's just the worst. Okay, so Zombie Chow is actually going to eat my Heroic Strike. Really wish it was a Fiery War Axe, of course, because it would do the same exact thing, but leave me with a weapon. Unfortunately, didn't get lucky enough for that. So now I'm stuck playing a 2-drop on turn 3. And this on turn 4, which, if she plays a really big minion, it's not going to make enough of a difference. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and play the Grunt here to try to trade that with the Raptor. It's possible if I get a board clear later on and I can drop this onto an empty board, this can grow big and deal some serious damage. So I'd rather lose the taunt than the potential for damage later on. She's going to play a 4-drop, so this thing's probably not going to do enough damage. And indeed it isn't. In fact, even if I play the Micro Machine, this thing's still going to be at 3 health. Oh, God. Alright, well, the shitty thing I have to do is just play that and sit. So the Yeti runs in, and then I damage the Yeti off, or kill the Yeti off with the Battle Axe. Alright, she plays this, which is annoying because it'll freeze me before I can finish using my weapon. Unfortunately, there's just nothing I can do about it. So yeah, we're gonna hit that. And this is a really sad turn. Yeah, I'm gonna play Micro Machine. And I guess I'll play this and armor up, but I really needed a 5-drop that turn and I didn't have one, so that sucks. So this thing, if it kills the Micro Machine, I can finish it off with the Axe and a Cruel Taskmaster, but then on turn 6 I do want to play the Shield Maiden. So this is actually starting to become a dwindling game here. The Warrior will take out the Micro Machine, so this way the Elemental can hit my face and stop me from using my Mighty Battle Axe. Okay, does she have anything else for 3 mana? All things considered, I guess isn't too terrible. This is annoying, though. My girlfriend's new laptop has just arrived. It's extremely exciting. Now I can use Whirlwind to pop the shield, Cruel Taskmaster to kill that. I can play Shield Maiden, which holds up pretty well against these things, although, of course, pop shield and then use the Elemental to finish it off. The Elemental lives, and then this lives. They're both at 1 health, though, so then it makes it good for the Mad Bomber follow-up. Or I can play the Mad Bomber now. But if the Mad Bomber doesn't hit the Crusader, it's really shitty, because then what am I doing with the rest of the turn? Yeah, let's go ahead and play the Shield Maiden. So it's a 5/5 that gives me 5 health. And hopefully she doesn't have a great way of killing it. So my girlfriend and I decided that she needed a new laptop, because she played World of Warcraft. She plays World of Warcraft, as I mentioned before. And she was playing on this like old laptop that I'd gotten at Best Buy 4 years ago. I just like walked in and got a laptop, and I specifically didn't get a gaming laptop because I was trying to save money. I was unemployed at the time, so if you hear any ripping noises, that's her opening it up with great enthusiasm and relish. Because the computer that she was playing World of Warcraft on previously, just like it was like literally nauseating to play the game. Okay, so I think here we're gonna go take a greedy option. I could, of course, play the Mad Bomber, which has a pretty decent chance of killing some stuff. But the thing is, Whirlwind will just kill everything guaranteed. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to. Oh, hang on a minute. I could use the Axe to kill something. Shoot, now I'm having second thoughts. Hang on a minute. Okay, Whirlwind kills 3 things, leaves us at 5 health. I've got 2 damage here. That's a 3 health. So the Mad Bomber, if the Mad Bomber hits it twice, I can actually kill this thing and have 2 creatures on the table. Small odds of that, small odds, but even if it fails, this thing's going to be pretty low on health and I'll have 2 creatures out. I think it's worth doing. Alright, so let's pop the Whirlwind right here. Let's see where the Mad Bomber strikes. Hopefully on the elemental one. Oh, well. So I can get this down to 1 health, but I can't kill it. Is it worth playing a Defender of Argus? It is actually worth it. Yeah, why not? Not the greatest use of the Defender of Argus, but it puts it to the point where the Mad Bomber will at least trade with this elemental. Alright, looks like she's going to go for the trade. No flame strikes or anything. Okay, does she have anything great? She has a Sludge Belcher. It's a pretty good card. It will kill off my assassin, or my defender, and it stops me from killing off the Sorcerer's Apprentice. She has 0 mana left, so I don't know what she's pointing at her stuff or why she's pointing at it, but there it is. So here, I could use the Cruel Taskmaster, Defender of Argus, and the Axe to kill the first iteration, and then I can also play the Gnomish Inventor, so I'm going to do that. Always draw cards first. Screwjank Clunker. I just love that card because of the name, honestly. Alright, so we'll hit this, make an armor, and then I don't have any mechs on the table, but I still have a Golem in here and a Noyatron in here. I've used my Micro Machine. I think I have a Warbot in here. So this guy, you know, he'll come online, I think. I think there's a pretty good chance. Bad problem right now is she has 6 cards to my 4, so I'm actually down on cards. And it looks like she has a Shattered Sunclair. Ah, an Armor Plating. I see. It was free. She was thinking about using it last turn, but decided not to. Okay, well that's smart. So she goes up another card here. No, she used the Armor Plating, so it's about equal, whatever. And she actually gets up another card. Fuck, I'm starting to fall a little bit behind here. This guy's actually not great because he is not very sturdy. I can kill the Shredder. The Shredder comes back, and then I still end up. Okay, we're gonna go for a play here. I'm gonna say, oops, I forgot to attack your slime with my Cruel Taskmaster, and I made that turn quickly enough that she might actually fall for it. She might actually leave me with four minions, so I can use the Mind Control tech. I'm gonna avoid hovering over that card to try to quell any suspicion. Look, I'm just making stuff on this Transmo machine. Ooh, look at this, and a stream. It's a kite. Yes, I'm definitely not planning to Mind Control tech your stuff. Just use that Piloted Shredder to kill the Cruel Taskmaster so that you can keep maximum card advantage against me. Okay, is she going to play another minion or is she going to hold tight against Mind Control tech? Alright, she plays another minion. Okay, sweet. And she heals that up. Okay, so I'm still in really bad shape because I'm probably not going to steal this. So I'm going to have to run my frickin' assassin into it, which kind of sucks. But there's a chance. I could still get like a Piloted Shredder off of that if I'm very, 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 very lucky. Alright, I got a 3/3, which makes my spells cheaper. That's okay. We'll play this. We'll play the Screwjank Clunker. I got a Chillwind Yeti of sorts. And should I reveal this guy to kill the 1/2? Then it dies to the Shredder. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. So she has 6 cards to my 5. One of mine regenerates, one of hers regenerates. I'd say she has the advantage because 3 of her cards are in hand, and one of them is fucking Flame Strike. Are you kidding me? Okay, well that's over then. So we had a good run. It was a good, this was a good arena run. I did misplay in a couple of the losses. Maybe I could have won if I'd played more precisely. I had a really impressive looking board there, but Flame Strike is a pretty good card. So now I'm going to top deck a card. Okay, fine, I'll draw one more card and then concede. Frost Elemental. So what does this do? I freeze one thing, the other 2 things kill it. She has 3 cards to my none. Yeah, whatever. It's not worth playing. Okay, well, that was 20 minutes. We have time to start another run and play a couple games with it. Probably. Maybe 3 games with it. Maybe 2 or 3. Anyway, that sucked. That's what I'm trying to say. I haven't had a good run in a while here. So my warrior runs were 9, 8, 7, 3, 4. I guess I'm on the upswing. And I got a 60 gold prize. The 20 dust sucks, but 60 gold is good for 4 wins. 12,500 on the nose, but of course it's going to drop down now that I'm going to have to buy another arena. Ooh, we got an epic Shadow Bomber. I don't think I have any of those. So that's good. That's another 400 dust I saved by finding that guy. Kidoke. Let's see our next run. We need currently Priest or Warlock. Warlock, amazingly, is not on my shit list. Just Shaman and Paladin. So let's see what we have. Do we get Priest? We do get Priest. Perfect. I actually have 2 daily quests for Priest, so if this ends up going up to 5 wins, that'd be awesome. Alright, so we have a choice between the Taunt or the Blade Master, which is a mediocre card in general, but for Priests who can heal it, it can be better. I'm going to grab this guy, though, because Taunt is good, and I hate losing to not having Taunt. Hey, look, there's the Circle of Healing for the Blade Master, but we're going to take Earth and Ring Farseer, because that's the one of those 3 cards that doesn't suck. Wow, only the Ogre was a good card there. Wow, tough call here, Shredder or the Northshire Cleric. You know, I'm going to take the Shredder because, honestly, the Northshire Cleric, if it were removal, I would take it here, but the Shredder is such an amazing 4-drop, and it's a mech, too. I think you got to take it. We'll take the Dwarf here. Very, very good 4-drops. We're getting lots of those. Sheep I don't like, so we're going to take the Commando for some removal. We'll take some more removal with that Wolf Rider. And, okay, this is a tough call because Mr. Tinkers is really excellent. And I do have a couple of mechs. Granted, they're more expensive than he is. Thoughtsteal gets you up a card, which is good too. But I'm going to take the Tinkers because I think it's very strong. And it does get you up a card as well. All right, here we go. Northshire Cleric. I'll pick it up this time. There's Shadow Bomber, which is cute, but I don't think it's actually a good card. The Hobgoblin, what do we got? Northshire Cleric is great. And that's all. I don't want to go for Hobgoblin. I got beaten by it once, and I killed another guy with it once. Light Bomb is basically mass removal. I'm going to take it. I think it's something that, you know, is nice for priests to have. Okay, the Shriekmeister could be useful if I got Shadow Word Pain, but I don't. I'm going to take Mind Control so that we have that in the end game. All right, Mad Bomber sucks. We'll take the Trog here. I am a little bit behind on my early drops, but okay. So I don't like the Temple Enforcer very much. I mean, it's a 6/6 for 6, which is okay. And I could use some more end game, I guess. But we'll take this for some very light removal and a taunt. All right, here I can choose between an Ogre and some card advantage. Let's grab the Ogre since I passed on the Temple Enforcer. All right, here we'll take the Thoughtsteal when it's next to Junk. Okay, that worked out very well. We actually have a chance to get a second Light Bomb. Wow, what are the odds that I'd ever want to have 2 of them in a game? I'm not sure. This guy's been pretty mediocre for me. This thing is eh. All right, we'll try it. We'll see for education's sake. I mean, how often do you get to find out whether like 2 of an epic are good or not? Okay, now here the Gnomish Inventor is the best card, but we're halfway through and I have no 2-drops and a single 1-drop, so I got to take the Stalker because otherwise I could just be totally screwed. By similar logic, I've got to grab the Squire here to make sure I've got some early plays. Holy Nova over the Wolf, even though I need some 2-drops, Holy Nova is too important not to take. We have a 3rd Light Bomb. Wow. Well, that's just all kinds of improbable, but I'm fairly certain I'm not ever going to want 3 Light Bombs. Granted, this deck is super slow. Maybe I will want that. You know what? Fine. Let's just take 3 Light Bombs. Let's just friggin' do it. All right, so here we're going to take Shrinkmeister just to have a 2-drop. This is terrible. This is just terrible. All right, I guess we're taking the Experimenter. Do I have anything for Undertaker? I do need cheap stuff, but not... Okay, the only thing I have is this Paladin Shredder, if I'm not mistaken. 3rd Ogre? Sure, 3 Ogres, 3 Light Bombs. Shadow Word Pain is excellence, even though it means passing on a silence. Loot Hoarder is excellence, so I can slow things down. Balance Chosen is just too good not to take. Wolf Rider for some removal, because I need more removal if I'm going to be slow, even though the Tiger is good. Geomancer could be okay. Stop. Okay. Geomancer could be okay with the Holy Novas, but it does not interact with Light Bomb. But does it deal damage to... Yeah, that actually should, shouldn't it? Because it's not the minion dealing damage to itself. It's the card dealing damage, so that should work with the Geomancer. But I'm going to take Northshire Cleric for some more of those early drops. Holy Smite to slow things down. Okay, this ended up being alright. And since this is going to be a slow deck, I think the most important thing is the Nullifier, even though the Keyzan Mystic is hilarious sometimes. So what do I think about this deck? Well, I think it's a very unusual deck, obviously, with 3 Light Bombs. 2 of them could have been Enhanso Mechano, which is weird that I got that thing twice. So, I mean, I had a lot of epic choices. 3, right? I think those are the only 3 epics that I saw, and I chose Light Bomb for each one. We'll see how bad that is. In theory, I should be able to go, like, you know, do well in the long game, because I can keep clearing the board. However, in practice, I'm not sure I actually got enough endgame cards. I got 3 Ogres and a Mind Control. Well, the 3 Ogres and a Mind Control is pretty good. I passed on a Tiger because I think it was important to get some early stuff. That was a tough draft. I'm not sure I made all the right choices, but that was the choices I made. So here we go. Do we keep the Shredder? I don't think I want to keep the Shredder. We'll just keep the Cleric and the Infantry. This could be used to protect the Cleric. It could also be used to kill something, perhaps. So we'll see. I could play this on turn 2, though I'm not that excited about it. This thing has a, you know, high health, 4 health, so it does work well with the cleric. Now, one of the questions, of course, is do you play the cleric on turn 1 if you have nothing to protect it? And I think the answer is yes, because I think while there is a sad risk that he'll play a 3-2 and kill the cleric, I think the possibility of him playing something like that has less than 3 attack and giving me the opportunity to draw a card is worth it. Because sometimes just playing a Northshire Cleric will stop the opponent from doing what he might have wanted to do. Here, he might have like wanted to play a Loot Hoarder or something in his hand, but he shapeshifted instead. Okay, so now we have a pretty easy choice. Since I got 2 3-drops, it's very good that I'm the second player. We can play the Gnomergan Infantry and start to deal some damage, but more importantly, because that was pretty trivial damage, I've got protection for the Cleric versus Claw and Shapeshift and charge creatures, and this thing has 4 health. So next turn I have my choice. If he plays something I can kill with Wolf Rider, I can kill that, or I can just, you know, hit and draw a card. Okay, so what do? Do we kill the Golem? Problem is, the damaged Golem comes back up, and then however actually no, if I kill it with the infantry, this will be a 1-2, and this will be a 1-3. Okay, that's one option. Another option is I can just hit it with the infantry, and then heal it and go up a card. I'm going to trust my instincts, which tell me let's just get rid of this while it can be gotten rid of. And I'm not really going to die to swipe here. He can swipe my Northshire Cleric, but this infantry with this massive 4 health will live. Had I hit it with the Northshire Cleric, that would have been foolish, because then a swipe would have taken out both things. So now I have my choices. Next turn I can play this Dark Iron Dwarf, or I can just heal this and go up a card if I get something else to play for 2 mana, which is not that likely, because this deck's not that great at early drops. Even with the Dwarf's help, I only have 4 damage total, so he could play like a Yeti here. That would probably just cause me to heal this and draw a card. Oh wow, he is going to do a swipe, so it's a good thing I played around it. So now I'm in pretty good shape. Got him to use up a swipe in a pretty pointless fashion. So what I'm going to do here is play the Trog. There's no real reason to play the Dwarf, and you might say, Boris, why not heal this up so it doesn't die? Well, if I were to heal this up, then I would just be passing my entire turn achieving nothing, so I've really got to get this thing to onto the board to maximize my board presence. Now he can shapeshift and kill this and go up a card, but then he's pretty much forfeiting a lot of his turn. Alright, Deathlord's a very risky thing to play against a priest because of course Shadow Word Pain will just kill it. Luckily for him, I don't have Shadow Word Pain in my hand right now, so this thing's going to be a bit tricky to bring down. Didn't happen. Alright, Light Bomb not very good. I've got 2 of them here, and Handsome Mechano though wouldn't have been that great either. So we're going to hit that thing. I'll get a free minion. The best minion I could get is a Boulder Fist Ogre. A lot of other stuff I could get would be pretty junky. But still, a free minion's a free minion. He can run this in, give me my minion, and shapeshift to kill it. If he uses a spell to kill the dwarf, this thing will get bigger. But this thing getting bigger doesn't really matter that much because it's going to die to the Deathlord plus shapeshift anyway. So you're going to have a Wrath for it. That would be the best card for it. He's going to naturalize that. Wow, that's aggressive. I don't know if this was worth naturalizing, but okay, I guess he was just desperate or has some great plan. I'm not sure. There's the Shadow Word Pain. And then he just, okay, just ignores it. My dwarf, that is. Well, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to kill this to see what I get. I just drew an ogre, so I'm not getting an ogre from the deck. Got a squire, which isn't that great, but that's fine. So I'm going to play the ogre here. And you might say, Boris, why not, you know, heal us up so that Mr. Bitey can't kill it? I think it was worth it to get the ogre down because he just used a naturalize on a 3-5, or it was, I think, a 3-3 at the time. Gotta get this down because druids aren't very good at killing this stuff, and presumably if he'd had something other than naturalize, he would have used it on that guy. Because that was like seriously the worst spell to use to kill the 3-5. Alright, he plays a bunch of crap. Now, I could use a Holy Nova to actually kill off this tiger. Is that worth it? That would also heal up this ogre. Or I could play a new ogre. What do you do here? You know what, I'm going to trust my instincts. I'm going to use this, and just heal that ogre up. Because he's clearly got a problem killing those ogres. So I'm just going to leave the ogre alone on the table. Now, Shadow Word Pain's probably going to be useless. But I do have Mind Control, which it's only going to take me 2 turns to get up to it. Alright, he plays a Bearcat, which is pretty good. Because that will trade with the ogre and give him a card. I never got any Shadow Word Deaths, unfortunately. Now what I could do is I could play a Light Bomb, which is an interesting option. What I could do is run the... That doesn't work. shoot. Because if I play Light Bomb, the Bear Cat will kill itself. This thing will go to 1 health. This thing's shield will pop. Now what I could do, I guess, is I could Shadow Word Pain the Tron and then Light Bomb. But the problem is then he'll just shapeshift to kill the ogre. So it seems kind of pointless. I might as well just do this. This. Give him a spare part. And then play the ogre. So now it's his move again. He's got 4 cards to my 6. These Light Bombs, yeah, maybe if one of them were an Enhanso Mechano, I'd be a little bit happier. Because I ended up owning this guy just on, you know, straight terms. So it's kind of a crappy spot. I guess what I could have done, maybe is I could have, like, not played the ogre at all and just, like, waited for him to play some minions and kill him with Light Bomb. Maybe that would have been the move. Alright, well, here I think we're just going to... I mean, I could play Light Bomb to kill off his stuff and then play a Farseer to heal the ogre up to be a 6/4. I could do that. Or I could just kill this, play another ogre, and still heal... Yeah, might as well just do this, honestly. So we'll play the ogre, number 3. This guy must be very frustrated that I played 3 Boulderfist ogres. So now I can mind control anything he plays. His only way of winning would be to play a bunch of middling stuff, or like Spectral Knights into Oblivion, and then that might be able to beat a mind control with a 2 ogre lead, but I'm not sure. Okay, so he buffs it up so he can now kill off my Farseer. Oh, he looks like he's going to kill off my ogre with Baron Geddon. Ah, well played. Okay, so we got a couple different options here. I could mind control the Baron and just hit him with the ogre. I could Light Bomb. Okay, I could heal the ogre and then Light Bomb, but then the ogre will die to shapeshift, so that seems pointless. I could just trade the ogre into the Baron. Why don't we mind control it, though? I mean, that means this Farseer will die, but I've got a 7/5 and a 6/5. He has no cards. Seems pretty good. In fact, I'm threatening lethal here with 13 damage. 15 if you count the end of damage Baron Geddon, and then 17 with the Holy Smite, so he's got to have some pretty amazing stuff here. I guess if he played Deathwing, he'd win. No, I could kill the Deathwing with a Light Bomb. Haha. Okay, I think we're good. I think we've got this game down. If it's a good metric. If you could beat Deathwing, you probably are gonna win. Unless every card in his deck is Deathwing, I'm should be pretty good. Alright, so Starry Doo-Doo is being a little bit of a doo-doo by not taking his last turn. Maybe he's just griefing me, letting his rope burn out, or maybe he... You know, that was a pretty frustrating game. I played 3 Boulderfist Ogres, and then I mind-controlled his Legendary, so maybe he just, like, slammed the keyboard and walked off in disgust. That could very well be the possibility. I'm just looking at my girlfriend and smiling because she has this amazing new laptop on her lap. It got pretty good reviews. It's not like a major brand. I forget what it's called. It's like an MG something or other. But it had really good reviews on Amazon, and it was only like 800 bucks. So if that's going to play World of Warcraft without having nauseating lag, then it was worth it. Hey, my opponent left. Ah, so you waited for the rope to go down and then he left. Alright, well played, motherfucker. So, we're up to a pretty good start with this deck. I thought it was a good deck. Well, I thought it was a weird deck. I don't know. I think it's fine. I don't know if it can make it to 7 wins, but I hope it'll make it to 5 wins. Then I can finish off my 2 daily quests that are both 60 gold for winning with Priest. That'll take me up to, what is that, 12,470. So if I can just make it to 7 wins and get 170 gold, I'll be at the 12,500 mark. For good. Well, not for good, but for the moment. Alright, worthy opponent number 2 is a Shaman. Crexter. It seems like I am due for a loss to a Shaman. Alright, we're starting off with a little bit of a sketchy hand. Yeah, very sketchy indeed. The Ogres and the Light Bombs will be back. There's 3 of each in the deck. This is just one of the funniest decks I think I've had in a long time. 3 Ogres and, of all things, 3 Light Bombs. Alright, we got a Northshire Cleric, which, here is not protected. In the last game, it was actually protected by the charge, the 1/4 charge with taunt, and by the Wolf Rider. Here, there's nothing to protect it. I've got Mr. Tinkers, but unfortunately, I never did see a Mech Warper, a Noyatron, or any cheap mech. So he's not likely to be a 4/4 on turn 3. In fact, that's almost impossible, unless I've forgotten something. So it's just a little bit of... Okay, there we go. North Star Cleric. Now it's a little bit of an easier choice to play, because at least I can play the taunt with the coin next turn to protect it if I need to. The nice thing about this is if he makes a totem and I get lucky and he gets a 1-1, I can actually go up a card, which I'd be pretty happy to do in lieu of playing Shrinkmeister. This thing is not a great card, but I do have a Shadow Word Pain in there, and sometimes you can tweak the combat math enough to make it worthwhile. Okay, so can we get the 1-1? Hey, it's actually the 1-1. All right, well, if it weren't the 1-1, I would have just played Mr. Shrinky. But here, I will go up a card, because it's not that worth it to me to get this guy down. And I think it was worth it to go up a card and also, you know, clear out the... I guess I was going to clear out the board regardless, but to get that extra card now, since this is a bit of a longer game type of deck. Alright, so Fairy Dragon is a good card. We can deal with it in a couple different ways. I can, of course, play Mr. Shrinker, drop it down to be a 1-2. The problem is then this thing doesn't actually die. Or I can do the obvious, which is just to play Velen's Chosen on my North Star Cleric, make it into a 3-7, and then kill that off. Now, Shamans have a bit of a difficult time dealing with a 4 toughness thing. Lightning Bolt, Rock Biter each deal 3 damage. Crackle, I guess, would be the next step up, but there's still a 25% chance it would fail. He could use a Hex, but that would be, you know, a Hex using on North Star Cleric. It's an Earth Shock. Ah, that's another answer. Okay, so now this thing doesn't give me extra cards, and it doesn't have the stats. Yeah, I'd say that was pretty good. It's a pretty good move for him. Unfortunately for him, though, I have a pretty good response. We're going to play the Dark Iron Dwarf. Now that the North Star Cleric is useless, we'll just trade it into the Ghoul. And again, he's going to have a tough time killing a 4 toughness thing. So here I have, unfortunately, no max for Mr. Tinkers. I can maybe use the Shrinkmeister and run the Dwarf and in with a Holy Smite or something like that. This could actually be useful for its ability if he plays anything, you know, big. Like, say if he plays a Chillwind Yeti, I could make it a 2-5, run it. Oh, yeah. Fuck. That was such a good response, the Dwarf. It just burns my head. Well, that sucks. So Holy Smite doesn't kill it. This doesn't do anything. This... fuck. Wow. Well, shit. I could just play this and trade with it, but that seems lame. We're going to go for this and that. Should I run in, should I coin out a Holy Smite? Is it worth coining out the Holy Smite to kill this off? Let's do it. Oh, that was frustrating. Bomb Lobber was pretty much perfect. And Earthshock was a pretty good response to Velen's Chosen on the Cleric, so he's had the goods so far. And they are not like, you know, the key Shaman cards like the Lightning Storm or the Hex. He's just had other good cards to deal with what I was throwing at him. The nice thing is now he doesn't have the Earthshock for the Loot Hoarder, so hopefully this guy will give me a card. I've got 3 Boulderfist Ogres waiting for me in here, and 6, 7, 8, 9, 4 turns to go before I can Mind Control. Hopefully, I mean, I'd love to find the Piloted Shredder or the Nullifier so that I can get bonus from Mr. Tinkers, but pretty soon I'm going to have to just play him for the 3-3. Okay. So do you Light Bomb to kill this Fire Elemental? That's the question. Well, Mr. Shrinkers will drop this to a 4-5, which is not enough to use Shadow Word Pain on it. So yeah, I am going to use Light Bomb here. I'm using 2 cards while killing one of his. I've got 2 more Light Bombs in the deck, and I was going to have a hard time with that Fire Elemental anyway, and I just need to bide time until Mind Control comes online. Now we got the problem that I can't really do anything. I've got junk, and I have no mechs for Mr. Tinkers. So he plays a Totem, which is a good sign, because that's not a great move. This will add a Shadow Word Pain. Aha, Boulderfist Ogre, there we go. Is it worth it to play the Boulderfist Ogre here? Or should I play my junk? Let's go ahead and play some junk. Do this, this, and think. Do I play this and waste the possibility? Yes, because I think it's worth it. Get this guy down. This could still be useful for the ability later. And this, I don't want to hold out just for an extra +1/+1 and thing. Oh man, he's got another Fire Elemental. Wow. That's just terrible. Luckily, though, Boulderfist Ogres do take these guys down. So that's at least something I've got going for me. And alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the more recent Boulderfist Ogre. And think, is it worth it to put this down just to get a 3-2? Yeah, I think it is. I think it's worth it just to have the body on the table. So next turn I'm playing another Ogre, and then after that I can start to Mind Control something. Start to? Like, well, I can just start to and finish Mind Controlling something. He's had 2 Fire Elementals. He's had the removal for all my really great plays so far. Valen's Chosen answered by Earthshock. Dark Iron Dwarf answered by Bomb Lobber. Power Mace. Okay, that's a good card. It'll kill off both of these minions. He can also use it to kill off the Ogre if he wishes. He still has 6 mana left over. Is he really going to have a Hex? He has a Hex. God damn. He has had all of the answers so far. And now this thing is ready to go. If he has a mech in hand, he can pump it up. Alright, there's the Nullifier. Too late for Mr. Tinkers. We're going to play the Ogre. And pass the turn. So now he can play a mech, buff it with the Death Rattle of the Power Mace. The Ogre can't bring down the Fire Elemental because of the Taunt Totem. I'd say he's got a pretty big lead here, even accounting for my potential to mind control something. But if he does play like a Force Tank Max, then I will be in the lead because I can just take it over. And if he doesn't have a second Hex, I should be in really good shape. He's flicking a lot of his cards. This guy's a bit spastic. Might mean he's not very confident in any of his plays. He has a 3rd Fire Elemental, okay. Well, I've got 2 Light Bombs in here. They will deal with this Fire Elemental situation. Is it worth stealing a 7/6 taunt? That's a rhetorical question. So he can deal 5 damage to it with his stuff, but it's still going to take up some resources. Still though, let's say he does find a 6th point of damage, then I'm really screwed because that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm going to have to rely on my Light Bomb. Light Bomb, unfortunately, does not kill totems. Holy Nova does. So I've got Holy Nova and Light Bomb to deal with his stuff, but I'm sort of out. I mean, I've played 2 Ogres. Don't have much left besides those Ogres and the Mind Control. Knife Juggler, he's going to take a 50-50 shot at getting the 5th point of damage that he needs. It's a good play. And he nails it, of course. Of course, he nails it. Oh, this game is so annoying. And he has a Crackle, which is a 50-50 chance of killing it now, which he nails as well. So if I don't get Holy Nova, I'm screwed. Light Bomb doesn't actually deal with this. It has to be Holy Nova. Not Holy Nova. Alright, well, let's do what we can. We're going to play this, shoot that dead, and we're going to play the Nullifier so that he can't get at my Stormpike Commando. He can, of course, use the Defender Vargas to hit it, and then use the Power Mace to finish it off. He seems not to have any mechs, or else he would have imagined played one by now. He has the full complement of totems. I mean, I could still win. It's just that I have to get the Ogre out here, or a Holy Nova really quickly, before he finds anything big. I've already used Mind Control, and oh, fucking hell. Well, that's a problem. I can't deal with that. That is nothing. I've used Mind Control. I don't have any Shadow Word Deaths. Light Bomb. Got 2 Light Bombs. That's it. That's all that will deal with this Frostwolf Warlord. It's 2 Light Bombs. And there it is. So, do I play it now? 3. Oh, I need to actually first kill off a totem, because the totems don't kill themselves with Light Bomb. Then I play Light Bomb. Bink. And then we'll kill off the more dangerous one of these totems, which is this one. So what do I have left? What are my win conditions? It's Ogre. I have a Boulder Fist Ogre. That's the only thing I've got left that'll win me the game. So I really regret not taking that Stranglethorn Tiger, because that could have been handy to have. Once he finds the 1/1 totem, the Wolf Rider's screwed. He's a Shredder, which is a good card. I have one of those as well. Luckily, he used up his weapon before finding this. There's Wolf Rider number 2. I don't see any rush to kill that Shredder. The Shredder will actually probably, unless he flips something weird, like a 0, like a Nat Pagel or something, he's going to take out both Wolf Riders with this Shredder. He's got 2 cards on me. He's got a pretty huge lead. I need to find the Ogre Esperanto here, or else I'm going to lose, for sure. I mean, I'm already probably going to lose. I'm going to lose for sure if like one of my next 2 cards isn't the Ogre. Sparks flying over the fuse. Not lighting it at all. Oh, War Golem. Okay, great. Well, I have one more Light Bomb, which will kill this War Golem if I find it. But the War Golem, of course, will absolutely dominate my Ogre. And I get the Nullifier. Okay, is it worth playing? Sure, whatever, let's play it. Heal up his War Golem. Yeah, that game just sucked. I said at the beginning it was due to lose to a Shaman, and he just had all the answers. Nothing I can do. Oh my god, that's a scary card. It will die to my third light bomb. But now I have no minions. This thing is just 10 damage per turn, so he's got 17 damage that he's threatening me with here. I gotta draw a light bomb. Yep, Thought Steal. Okay, well, let's do it, I guess. I get a bunch of crap. Oh, that's great. I love it when I get the bunches of crap. At least this thing might hit the wrong enemy and kill my Ogre Brute, or trade with my Ogre Brute. So I'm hanging on in there, but it's looking pretty bad. So I have a light bomb here, but I'm actually going to lose to fatigue because I'm 2 cards ahead of him. So even with my healing, I'm going to lose the fatigue battle. Plus he has 2 extra cards. So he's wondering, should I attack with this? And the answer is yes, you should. He's got another hex. 2 hexes, this guy. And 3 fire elementals. And okay, so now he's threatening me with 17 damage. Gotta get light bomb. Ogre doesn't do it anymore. Gotta get light bomb. Oh my god, I have to have the 3rd light bomb. 1 in a 9 chance. Here goes. Huh? No. No. Is there even any point in playing it? It doesn't actually kill anything off. Let's see, does he kill me? He doesn't quite kill me. He's got, what is this, 10, 17, 21, 22 damage. Alright. I could have saved myself 1 damage by playing Holy Nova, but it was really pointless to play Holy Nova there. Okay, so we have to beat 1 in 8 odds to draw Light Bomb number 3. That's the only way. Oh, is he going to Rock Biter to finish me off? He is. Well then. That was a steaming load of horse shit, is what that game was. So I am not losing any confidence in my deck. My deck played really well. There's just nothing I could have done against 3 Fire Elementals, 2 Hexes, an Earth Shock, Crackle, Rock Biter, and, you know, just tons of great cards all around. So whatever. Fuck Shamans is what I'm trying to say. Thanks for watching. Please like and or subscribe, and come back soon to watch me dominate with this deck, because that's what's going to happen. Take care, everybody.